Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land. I'm Rolene Marks, your host, bringing you the top stories from Israel and surrounds every Monday to Thursday right here, because you know where to find us. If you don't want to find us here and prefer us on YouTube, don't worry, we're there as well. You can find us at the Israel Brief, and all you have to do is click on the big red subscribe button and you will be notified every time we post the latest headlines. And on the subject of headlines, that's what we're here to talk about. So let's get right into it. And this morning, Israelis welcomed with great fanfare the first batch of Pfizer vaccines that arrived in the country. And Prime Minister Netanyahu, Health Minister Yuli Edelstein and other dignitaries were at Ben Gurion Airport to welcome the vaccines. And in a press conference to reporters, the Prime Minister indicated that he would like to be the first Israeli to be injected with the vaccine. And this is largely to encourage Israelis not to be afraid of receiving the vaccine. Yesterday, we watched as the UK started their vaccine rollout, and the first person to receive that was 90-year-old Margaret Keenan from Enniskillen, who was in a care home, and she was the first person outside of human trials to receive the vaccine. Health Minister Yuli Edelstein has also expressed that he would like to be one of the first to receive it, to encourage Israelis to be vaccinated. And this follows reports yesterday that the country would be going into a system of curfews until the 2nd of January. However, this has now been scrapped, and it will be business as usual. And not only that, but malls and museums across the country have been reopened. Apparently, the idea of curfew did not pass the legal parameters, and so there will be no lockdown or curfews imposed for Hanukkah, for the upcoming Christmas and New Year period as well. But the other big question on everybody's lips is Israel going to see another election early next year? And this is a possibility, and we will know more next week as the idea or the preliminary vote to dissolve the Knesset goes to the committee for a further 3 votes. If it does, there is a distinct possibility Israel could go to elections as soon as the 16th of March, but this has not been confirmed. What has been confirmed is that the man who is tipped to be Netanyahu's biggest internal rival within the Likud faction, Gideon Sa'ar, he quit the Knesset yesterday and formed his own political party known as Tikva Chadasha, or New Hope, and he has already been joined by several high-level lawmakers. Sa'ar, in a press conference, said that he feels that the Likud has become serving of just one personality, and should his party be a success in a possible upcoming election, it is rumored that it could poll the 3rd highest and could prevent that Netanyahu, should he be successful, and his allies from forming a majority. Well, it's never a dull moment here in Israel, and it wouldn't be 2020 without the possibility of a major election upset. And moving now to a story that has been dubbed controversial by some, and that is the purchase of 50% of soccer, football, whatever you want to call the sport, club Beitar Jerusalem being purchased by a Sheik from the United Arab Emirates. The controversy is not so much that a Sheik is buying into the club, it's a private club, it can be bought into, but that the club is known for its fans to have expressively anti-Arab sentiment. They have been criticized a lot in the past for this, but Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa says that one of the reasons he wants to buy the club is to be an example that Jews and Muslims can cooperate, and what better way to do this than through sport, and that he wants to show the supporters the errors of their way and put them on the right path. So noble sentiments indeed, and let's see how that progresses. But those are your top stories making headlines today. Don't forget to check out our original content. You can find it on our website at www.layoftheland.online. You can read an article by Yossi Malherb, who writes about recent demonstrations against BDS supporters in South Africa. That will also be up on our Facebook page pretty soon. And while you're there, if you haven't, give us a like, give us a follow, share our content with your friends, and hey, invite them to the party as well. We know that you will be subscribing to our YouTube channel at the Israel Brief and also interacting with us on Twitter, where you can find us at Lay of the Land with the digit 5. That's at Lay of the Land 5. So with the Wednesday edition of the Israel Brief, I'm Rolene Marks, wishing you a safe health, and we'll chat again tomorrow.